What is optimized at the edge in Adobe LLM Optimizer? We deliver an optimized version of your page to the LLM bots. At the edge means that we sit in the CDN layer between the web and your website. So when an LLM bot comes to your website, they actually get redirected to a pre-rendered version of the HTML. So this is important because at the moment, so again, it's April 2026, the bots do not actually render client-side JavaScript. So there are times where, for example, this page here for the user, everything looks great and you can see it. But for the LLM bot, if we want our AI content visibility checker, you can see that only 83% of the content is actually visible, right? And if we deep dive, we can actually see that this part of the content is actually client-side rendered, so they won't be able to see it. In this case, it's not that important, right? I mean, of course, it would be nice if they would see it, but many times it could actually be product information itself. It could be, for example, you might be rendering the pricing information on your e-commerce page dynamically, right? There might be some client side there, right? And this is very, I mean, it's a very bad case because then the LLMs cannot see the content itself, right? So what we do here is within Adobe LLM Optimizer, you would see they would have a recover content visibility opportunity. And then you would scroll to this page here, for example. So here we see at the moment that there is an opportunity to optimize for that page, right? And you would simply click here and press deploy. So it is as simple as that. So once you've done this, we then take over when the LLM bot hits the page, we detect the user agent and we deliver the pre-rendered HTML of that page, right? And again, it's very quick, right? We don't make any changes to your website content directly. The optimization is automated and scalable, meaning that you can click as many times here and we will be able to optimize these at scale, right? So again, you don't have to go to page by page, and only the LLM bots will see this LLM version of the page and not the user, right? So again, that's a great opportunity to, it's a quick win, I would say, because you can then within 10 minutes, the LLM bots will actually see the content. Additionally, and it's not in the case here, but we can also inject information, right? So for example, what we've noticed is that if we add summaries to pages, right? So if we add a description of the page above the fold, right? So the bot comes into the page, they're doing tokenization, right? They're scanning it. And often, if there is no content gain from the information, they will just stop, right? So to ensure that this doesn't, or this reduces the risk of this happening, we can also inject a summary above the fold, again on the top, so the LLM bots, when they're seeing the page, they know exactly what they're looking for, right? Another opportunity as well is that we can also inject, for example, a table of content where the LLM bot would see at least the structure of the page and the H1s, and then they would be able to better understand. And again, if they have a better understanding, they will be able, or they'll be more willing to actually invest and tokenize the whole page. So this is what we mean by optimize at the edge. Again, it sits within the CDN layer. It doesn't not impact your users itself, right? And we can make this optimization scalable across your whole entire domain.